Hello, welcome to JIBRIN Angle on Oweleke TV. My name is JIBRIN, and this is my angle. There is a video, very short clip I want to play to you, and I think it will interest you to know that Dele Farotimi has said something that is intriguing and insightful. And I think you watch it. Thereafter, I will come back to talk about the content.
I know that these are lies. You and I know that these are lies. I am not invested in these lies. We are neither citizens nor are we in a democracy. If we were citizens, there would not be an Akpabio sat in the National Assembly, talk less of heading it. If you were a democracy, Tinubu will not be sat in Aso Rock today. So we are neither citizens nor are we living in a democracy. But the Nigerian state is obliged to play this game where it lies that we're a democracy and that we are citizens.
You heard that. Or actually, that video played on to up to, I think, about 30 minutes or thereabout. But I just decided to take a part, just cut out a part that actually suits what I'm about to say right now. Now, Dele Farotimi just got it right. He couldn't have been more right than what he just said. That is just the reality, and this is what I have been saying for so many years, even before I started, long before I started this show. I've been saying it for so many years. Me, for one, I am not a believer of democracy. I don't believe that democracy suits Nigeria as a country. I don't believe that because my belief my belief about democracy is that it's a Western way of governing. It's a Western way of public administration. So we got it from them, and I'm someone who always like to be original. I hate to copy people. I hate it when Nigeria copy anything from. We are supposed to. Why can't we have our own way of doing things? Why can't we be original? And Nigeria as a country and Nigerians, we always want to copy the West. The way the words speak, we want to copy the way they speak. We want to copy their lifestyle. Virtually everything in Nigeria now has been our way of life. The entire way of life in Nigeria now it seem to be an importation of other people's way of life. A sort of hence the original way, the traditional way, the cultural way is gradually being eaten up by the Western culture, Western way of doing things. And that is the problem. That is the issue I have with this democracy. Now, coming back to what now, Dele Farotimi and I differ on that. Actually, he is not condemning democracy as a way of governance. He buys into that idea. So where the both of us agree, we both of us differ on that. He believes in democracy. I don't. For several reasons. I don't believe in them. It works for, that's okay with if it works for the West, because that is their way. They initiated it. They gave birth to it. So they understand how it works, and their environment can actually accommodate that. It works well for them. But I don't believe the same thing can be applied successfully on Nigeria as a country. So both of us agree on one thing, and that where we have agreement, where I have agreement with Dele Farotimi is that the current practice of democracy in Nigeria is a sham. It is not a practice of democracy, and that is what I have been. It's not that's not only what I have been. I've been saying this for so many years, and even criticized democracy as a whole as well for so many years. I've never been a believer of democracy, and that is just it. The reality he just said it all, and that is just the truth. That if we had democracy, let me for this moment pretend to like to admit, to accept democracy as our way of governance, public governance, a sort of. So, but okay, like I said, let me pretend to like it for now, to accept it for now. Let's even agree that okay, democracy is okay. We accept it. Is what we obviously are practicing today. It is not the democracy that the West sold to us. That is just it. If we have to copy someone, copy the person well, and that is just it. That is just the reality. It's just like those days when we were in school, those days or whatever. The lecturer will always, I will always, during the exams or tests or whatever, the invigilator will always warn us. I remember one of our teachers those days who will always say that his phrase is, I do not stop you from expo, I do not stop you from giraffing, I don't stop you from stealing answers or doing anything to make sure you pass, but do not let me catch you. Don't get caught. And that means that man is someone who he is always on everyone's neck during as an invigilator. So he's technically or indirectly telling you that you dare not cheat. You dare not cheat because you'll be caught. Because it's not that kind of invigilator who will just go sit down in a corner and watch people. No, he moves around. So if you dare try it, he will catch you. So that is why he kept warning that in that direction. So that is just the reality. That can be exemplified to what is happening in the Nigerian system with regard to the democracy. So obviously, what we have today, what we are practicing today, is no democracy. That is just the reality. If we had democracy, we won't have irresponsible people leading us, people responsible, corrupt people like Bola Tinubu and Akpabio heading the two arms of government, and even the Chief Justice of the Federation. Because the entire judicial system is in a mess right now. We won't have people of corrupt minds and dispositions heading the three arms of government. And these three arms of government are the pivots, the hub, the integral part of democracy. These three arms of government exemplifies, personifies, epitomizes democracy. So if these three arms of government are dysfunctional, are epileptic in their disposition and actions, what do you expect? There is no longer democracy. So what we are practicing right now is autocracy. That is just the reality. Tinubu is literally, it is not, he is even open about, excuse me. Tinubu is literally in charge of the other two arms of government. The National Assembly, they are at his beck and call. The judiciary, the same thing. He is in total control, absolute control. When I say absolute, of course, you know what it means to be. He is in absolute control in both chambers, both arms, and that is why even National Assembly today they don't debate laws anymore. They don't debate bills anymore. He just sends bill to the National Assembly, but either the House of Rep or the Senate. And it takes them just a couple of 48 hours and these bills are passed. They don't even have the time now to debate things. No, you dare not oppose the president's bills. And that is just the reality. So what we have today is no democracy. And we should stop deceiving ourselves. As long as Tinubu remains the president and Akpabio the Senate president, as long as we sustain this current systems, this current corruption, this current structure, honestly, 2027 we will see experience even worse things, because at the end of the day, 2027 will make 2023 election to be a child's play when it comes to rigging. It will be they will just write results. They'll be writing results, but this time around, it will even be there will be no contest. That's just That is just the reality. 2027, with Tinubu at the helm of affairs, there will be no contest. There will be no contest. It will be a walkover. And he will just smash he's already smashing the oppositions. Do we have opposition? We don't even have opposition. The Labour Party is just in disarray, just as the PDP. PDP is nothing. No, we don't even, there's no, literally right now, we don't have opposition. So 2027 will be a walkover, and you call this democracy? Let's stop deceiving ourselves. The earlier we get that into we realize that we have come to our breaking point. Hence, do something about it. Take our destinies in our hands and do the needful. Act in the right way. The earlier we do that, the better for us. And I really pity for Nigerians, because even even when we are trying to actually fight for Nigerians, because this is my own way to contributing to this fight for good governance in Nigeria. This is my own widow's mite. So we are doing it. Other people are doing it in bigger way or whatever, in bigger ways. So we are doing it based on our capacities. But at the same time, we still have Nigerians, even when we are doing this for their own reasons or whatever. Look, I don't have, if I decide not to do what I'm doing right now, I don't have anything to lose. I'm relatively comfortable. This is not what I do for a living. I do this as hobby. This is just a hobby to me. It's not a business. It is just a hobby. I am a comfortable man. I have the basic necessities of life. So if I choose not to even say anything and just watch Nigeria or even play along, I don't have anything to lose. Yet you see Nigerians, so many Nigerians, they come at my comment section to rain a whole lot of insults and abuse and calls and whatever. When I read this thing, I don't even respond to all this, and I don't delete. I'm not a delete. I welcome all of them, and some of them that deserves my response, I'll respond. Anybody that is well-meaning and articulate in his feedback, in his comment, I respond. I give a feedback as well. But if you are insulting or whatever, I just ignore. But most times I just shake my head. I say, look at these ignorant fools who do not understand that this thing we are doing is for their own benefit, not for my own benefit. It is not. I'm not benefiting anything from fighting for Nigeria, for God's sake. So you keep doing that, that's your own business. But the thing is that I will not stop doing what I'm doing, because I love what I'm doing, as long as it is for humanity. Obviously, some fools and ignorant fools will not understand, because they are either too weak to understand, or they have been brainwashed. So they cannot comprehend that the problem is affecting them directly, and what we are doing is for their own betterment. But so many people, they think we're just trying to create content. Hey, I do not care. Content, no content. Whatever I say on this platform, whatever I do on this platform, it is from the sincerity of my heart, genuinely, not for content creation, not for monetary purpose. Again, this is not my business. I am doing this as a hobby, nothing else. And this is my angle. Thank you. Remain blessed.